Alright guys, here we are, part 10 on how to part a FOXBODY. So in this video, I'm going to show you what's left on the car, what we've removed on the car, what the plans are, and what the next step is. So hang around, we'll get to it. What's going on, all you FOXBODY fanatics? Here we are, part 10. That's right, part 10. How to strip a FOXBODY. Well, we're at the nitty gritty right now because the car is ready to load up on the trailer and it's ready to go. So in this video, I will update you guys on what we've done and what's next up the pipe. So without further ado, here we go. As you can see, there's not much left. Wiring harness is gone, all the accessories are gone, obviously the drivetrain's gone, radiator, all that. We got the steering rack off that we're going to keep in case we need a core, even though that's not what we're going to use. You guys might be saying, Mark, you need the V8 sway bar. No, we don't, because I haven't even decided whether Sweetleaf is going to get a sway bar, because usually sway bars have no business on any Fox I own. That's right, lightweight, straight line, get her done. But if we do decide to go the sway bar route, we're gonna go with an aftermarket setup. So as you can see, there's just nothing left. Tires are on loosely because I'm gonna keep the ponies because I'm gonna sell them. There's got to be someone out there that wants them, right? So right now it's just loosely on so that I can roll it on the trailer. Come around to the other side. Anyone who's like, how dare you part out a FOXBODY? They're so rare, they're so precious. It's a piece of junk. Look at this. And that's not like a unique. Whole car's like this. See, it was originally red. That's all. Look at that Bondo. Oh my god. So yeah, we have tail lights off because we're going to sell those. We've actually already started filling it with scrap metal that we have. I have some more out in the yard that I need to get rid of. So I'm going to put all the scrap metal I can in here and try and up the weight. I put the quarter plastics back in because they're destroyed and I don't need to keep things just to keep things. My car's a black interior car, so I mean, I'll sell the dash and the door panels and center console, but the rest is all getting junked. Also threw the heater box back in because, again, I don't even know if I'm going to use a heater box in Sweetleaf, so I definitely don't need two. So yeah, it's pretty much just junk in there. Obviously, I don't need the spare. Right now, the 8.8 is hanging on by the 4 control arms and the springs. There's no shocks. There's no quad shocks. Doing the springy bounce. Here we go. An old jack, old compressor, exhaust pipe, shocks, another old little pancake compressor, all things that don't work anymore, that I'm tired of having in my way. So hopefully by the end of it all, this thing will be totally loaded down with metal and I'll be able to get maybe an extra 20 bucks, who knows. The glass, look, I'm not keeping. I don't need it. You come to the realization after taking apart a whole car how much room the stuff actually takes. And, I mean, look guys, I'm not super rich on room in here. We do the best we can with the place we got, but I'm not just going to keep things to keep them. If I can sell them and I can make a few bucks to put towards Sweetleaf, that's great. If it's stuff that I'm going to use towards Sweetleaf, great. But right now, I have my other garage completely bombarded with parts right now, you know. Look, you see? Got Mustang parts. Mustang parts. Just Mustang parts. It's just everywhere. The engine will be the next point of interest on the channel. We're going to start doing the teardown on the 302. We're going to see what kind of shape it's in. before we make any decisions on whether we're going to just put our heads intake, injectors, clean it up, new gaskets, paint, new oil pump, new timing chain, or if it's going to need a whole rebuild. We may send it out. We may invest in some tools and attempt to do it ourselves. Ford Blue Gauge and Funky Stangs have definitely motivated me. And Ford Blue saying you don't need an effing machine shop for everything. Well, he's not wrong. So these are all things to consider, but I'm not making any decisions just yet. When we pull the heads off, we'll really see what we're dealing with. If everything looks really nice, then I'm just going to put it back together and call it good for now. And we'll consider options down the road. If it's questionable, then there'll be some decisions to make. So as far as this thing goes, part 10 is pretty much the last part, because all that's left to do is get it on the trailer, pull off the wheels, and salvage yard style, get the 8.8 off, meaning we are going to sawzall the 4 control arms, and it's just going to drop. We've gotten as much as we possibly can off of it. We've gotten the fuel lines front to back as well. You know, at this point, there's nothing left, and I need this gone because Sweetleaf will be coming out of storage, hopefully in the next couple of weeks, depending on weather and whatnot. But yeah, this thing's ready to go. All we're waiting on now is for the trailer to not be buried in snow, so that way we can get it loaded up, filled up with metal, and we can get it brought to the salvage. Maybe if I get some time off of work on a weekday, I could do it, or I could do it on a Saturday morning. The salvage yards around here, or the salvage yard around here, I should say, closes at noon. So definitely have to miss some time of work to get this done, but sometimes you got to do it, because I certainly can't have this in my yard. The township and the neighbors would have a fit. I already got complaints last year when this car was a complete running and driving car because there was no tag on it, because I don't have the title for this car. So basically, the sooner I can get rid of this, the better. So that's the next step. Hey, maybe we'll get $75 for the weight of the shell, and we'll be able to put that into the Sweetleaf fund. As far as parts that I'm selling off of this car, I'm going to have the 4 ponies and center caps, which are not perfect, but for someone looking to fix them up that really likes the pony wheels, give you a smoking deal on them. I've also got a pretty mint condition gray dashboard, complete assembly with the center console. Those are going to be for sale. I have the 88 gray door panels that are going to be for sale. And I'm sure I'm forgetting things. But I'm definitely going to have some of those items coming up for sale, but I'm not going to bother posting them until the spring, because right now there's just no room to move around. And definitely want to clean them up, take them outside, get nice pictures of them, and I'll get the wifey to post them for me on Facebook. So basically, the next time you guys are going to see this car is going to be loading it up on the trailer, sawzalling out the 8.8, pulling the wheels off, and then hauling it off to salvage. And maybe if my buddy still works there, I can convince him to give us a show with with the loader and maybe destroy this thing in a very violent way. No promises, but I'll try. So I think this is part 10. I think part 11 will be the last in this series. And then all the videos will be Project Sweetleaf. There's the first beginnings of it. When you're buying a FOXBODY, they always tell you, check the shock towers, check the frame rails, check the torque boxes, check the floorboards. Listen, there is another place that you have to check on these FOXBODYs. Look at that. Your average guy who doesn't know what he's doing isn't going to see that. So when you go look at them, bring your flashlight. Look in, open the door, and inspect it properly, because if someone was to fix that, I mean, it's fine if you're a fabricator and you have the knowledge and the equipment to do it yourself. But if you're going to pay someone to do it, man, those repairs get quite costly. So just buyer beware, you know. Definitely buyer beware. I'll insert a picture of what this car looked like when I bought it and what the ad looked like. thick that Bondo is. Whole roof's like that. And the skin underneath just rotting away. So, I mean, and this car is... I don't feel bad one bit about parting out this car. I love these cars, and it's a shame, but, I mean, this is above my pay grade anyway. So just buyer beware. Make sure you really know what you're getting into when you're buying these cars, because they all have surprises. I don't care how clean they claim to be. They all have problems. They're old cars. It's just the way it goes. Somebody really didn't want their wheels stolen. I've never seen all 4 lug nuts be locks before, so this just got interesting. Well, there you have it. That was basically me jawing around about my plans. Sorry I didn't film some of this process, but a lot of times when I do stuff like this, I'll do it on Friday nights when my buddy Sean comes over, and that's usually our hangout night, and we usually either wrench on his 3rd gen or we wrench on my junk. So a lot of times when you're hanging out with your friends, you forget to pick up the camera, or you're doing other things. Or anyway, so sorry if I didn't film everything, but we'll definitely film the action of bringing it to the junkyard, and I'll let you know what we get. And then at the end, I'll do a breakdown of what the car cost me versus what I got out of what I sold, and you'll see how much of a bad financial decision it was to buy a parts car. So, all right, all you FOXBODY fanatics, until the next one, peace out.